the showdown between the Trump administration and sanctuary cities over immigration raids still heating up this morning. Now town officials in Leverett, Massachusetts, north of Springfield, approving a new policy that the town will not cooperate with ICE officials. It applies not only to police officers, but also your local firefighters, public works employees, and others who work for the schools, the library there. Joining us now is Leverett Select Board member Jed Proujansky. Jed, thanks so much for your time and hopping on this morning, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So you have made this a city mandate to go directly against the federal government. Why?
We are not opposing the federal government. We're sticking to the rule of law. The rule of law does not require us to cooperate with ICE or DHS for the detention or investigation activities unless they have a judicial warrant signed by a judge.
Is Leverett just crawling with ICE officials? I mean, how big of a problem has their presence been there?
We've seen officials in the county, in the area, but not in Leverett. But we wanted to be proactive and clear and give clear guidance to our employees in town of what is expected of them and what is not expected of them.
I guess I'm curious, if you haven't seen any ICE officials, did you have any concerns about putting Leverett directly in the crosshairs of the White House that's feeling rather litigious over this against cities and state leaders who are being defiant right now?
Yes, but I believe in democracy and I believe in the rule of law, and I believe it's important that we take positions to protect the people in our towns. If the federal government has a different view, I can't control that. But I can control, or at least speak for our town, in opposition to policies that I think are patently illegal and immoral.
What about exceptions? I understand there's this exception to the policy when a judge's order would allow local police to work with ICE. What kind of situation would you be talking about there?
If somebody was in court, they got a warrant from a judge and the judge signed it. I don't know exactly why a judge would or wouldn't sign a warrant. That's for obviously the court to decide. But that's what our police departments in this country respond to. They support the judiciary and they would react and arrest somebody if there was a legitimate warrant for them. ICE does not have those in most cases. And so it is not appropriate. ICE goes into towns without appropriate identification. They're scooping people up based on the color of their skin or their political views and locking them up. And that's not what America is about. It's what it's never been about, and it's what it shouldn't be about.
What about the safety of those ICE agents, sir? I mean, a recent ambush shooting at a Texas ICE facility has renewed concerns about threats to federal law enforcement. Attacks on ICE agents have surged nearly 700% year over year. What responsibility do your local officials have in ensuring that ICE agents, if and when they do show up in Leverett, aren't in danger, even if you completely and vehemently disagree with the mission that they're on?
If an ICE agent came into our town with a judicial warrant signed by a judge, our police department would support them in whatever they were doing in that line. If they come in without that, without identification, they have no business arresting people in our town. And I would encourage and we insist that our police department and public safety sectors do not aid and assist them.
Are you getting any pushback on this from local residents or even, the city employees that fall under this mandate from the city, Jed?
No, we talked with the chief of police about this, and he said that fits the state guidelines that they have for when and when not to be involved. And so we're supporting that.
Well, I got to end it there, but Jed Proujansky, thank you for taking the time this morning from Leverett. I do appreciate it, sir, and please keep us posted on how that goes and what you're seeing there.
Will do. Thank you for having me on the show.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.